in the back of Geno's Steaks with a Philly legend and now a head ball coach, DeSean Jackson. What up, dude?
What's up with my boy, man?
Say you got a bad receiver who's scoring a bunch of touchdowns, and let's say he wants to backpedal into the end zone from the 20-yard line.
Oh,
what are you doing?
Dawkins came on the sideline. He was like, "If you freaking fumble again," like I'm like, "Damn, I'm like, my bad. I didn't try to fumble." That was a dog, bro. I think he don't get enough credit.
I agree.
He's a top 10 quarterback, I think, for sure, bro.
Who threw the ball that would hurt your hand?
Mike. I'd be like, Mike, I'm right here. Like, you ain't got to throw it that hard. I got to win. I got to win now. We ain't rebuilding. I got to win now.
Welcome to the Green Light Podcast presented by BetMGM. If you haven't signed up for BetMGM yet, use bonus code GREENLIGHT and you'll get up to a $1,500 first bet offer on your first wager with BetMGM. Here's how it works. Download the BetMGM app and sign up using bonus code GREENLIGHT. Deposit at least $10 and place your first wager on any game. If that bet loses, you will receive up to $1,500 in bonus bets. Just make sure you use bonus code GREENLIGHT when you sign up. All right, I am here in the back of Geno's Steaks with a Philly legend and now a head ball coach, DeSean Jackson. What up, dude?
What's up with my boy, man? That's my dog. You know, it's crazy. We the same draft cast, bro.
I know, man. I was looking at, I was running back through that class, man. How do you feel when you watch Calais Campbell still doing it?
Man, Calais is a monster. I played with him my last year in Baltimore. I played with him, and I'm like, he's still walking all slow, but when he get on that field, that boy got a motor still,
He speeds
man.
up.
Yeah, he speed up, man.
He
Big
speeds
dude.
up. He's the last one. I think he's the last one. I don't
Yeah,
think anybody-
2008. Yeah.
Anybody from your class still doing it? A couple guys.
Yeah, a lot.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well, you're a little younger than us.
I'm spread. I'm a
What you,
spry.
2011?
No, I was 2014 actually. Yeah.
2014, okay.
So weird teammates in Tampa.
Yeah.
Oh,
We miss
yeah.
each other in Philly. Yeah,
sure, yeah,
And
miss
here we
each
are back
other.
in Philly.
Well, weren't you in Tampa when in 18? Were you in Tampa in 18?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I think I was there 17, 18. Yeah,
Because
17,
I remember
18.
we had just won the Super Bowl. We come back, we go down there to play.
First game
Week
of the
two.
season.
Dude,
Smash,
and y'all were
first play of the game.
waxing
Yes.
our ass, and you hit a bomb,
A bomb
the first
first
play.
You know,
What a shocker.
every time I played Eagles after, I left in 2013, I just had some on my edge or on my shoulder I had to get off my chest. But yeah, I remember that play. It was hot as hell that game.
Hell
too.
yeah, dude.
Yes.
I know
It's
y'all probably
always
would,
we didn't like it.
yeah, I didn't want to play that.
That's major home field advantage going down there to play. They start firing the cannons.
Bro, it scary you. You like, where the hell am I at? I ain't gonna lie. I feel like my first training camp there in 2017, bro. I can remember like it was hot as hell. I'm like, man, I don't think I could play out here, bro. I literally like had like a heat stroke, bro. It was hot
Hell
as
yeah,
hell.
dude.
It was bad, bro.
You need some days off.
For
At
sure.
that point, you were a big
and I
vet.
was like 32, 33.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
were
was
a
like,
vet.
man, I don't need to work this hard at that age.
I want to get into football because there's so much I'm interested in from your career, but I'm super interested in the fact that now you are a head ball coach.
Sure.
And, I think we saw each other at a game recently.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Sure.
It's just crazy to think that people my age are so damn responsible, and I'm still such a big kid. And you are in charge of how many guys on a college team now?
I mean, we can up to like 105 years.
So talk to me. What's one thing that surprised you as being a little harder than you thought, and one thing that's actually a lot more fun or easier?
Yeah, man. I honestly, to talk about the head coaching role, like it's surreal sometimes. Like I'll be thinking, like, man, I'm really like a head coach. Like I was leaving the facility today, and I'm driving. And sometimes it just hits me out of nowhere. Like I'm a Division I head coach. So I think for me, honestly, man, it's a blessing. It's a big responsibility, but I mean, I'm able to change a lot of young kids' futures, man, like young man's futures. Then, for me, I know what it takes. I know what the NFL is looking for. I know the do's and don'ts. I made every mistake. I wouldn't say every mistake. I made mistakes, did some great things as well, too. But I think for me, just really having like you said, a ball club and, a group of guys that, like, they're on, like, anything I say, it's like a drop of dime, they're going to do what I say, you know what I'm saying? So it's a big responsibility. But I will say this, man, it's a lot of fun, man. I get up every day. I'm rejuvenated, man. It's fun because it's just like it's ball, man. You know, to go on the field and train dudes, and you see them taking the stuff that you're giving them and implementing it into their game. I mean, it's a good feeling, man.
Yeah, I mean, and you played with so many good head coaches. You had some head coaches that probably weren't as good. Yeah. Are there things that like
we all?
we're here.
The same team we played on, man. I couldn't stand Derek Cutter, man. It was like we did not get along.
Yeah, I mean, we had a tough year in 2018 that year. But you kind of take things where you not that day. Not week 2, but you emulate certain things from head coaches. You're like, I'm going to do this the way Andy Reid did it, or else I'm not going to do this the way Chip Kelly did it, or that kind of thing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think for me, like you said, playing for some head coaches like Andy Reid, obviously Sean McVay, Raheem Moore. Man, I played Jay Gruden, but have a great relationship with John Gruden as well too. Like, I've learned from the best of the best, and I think one reason why I like this certain coaches is because they understood the player. You know, they knew how to, work as hard, and then they knew how to pull back too as well. So I think for me, having that side of it where you got to be strict, you got to be hard. But sometimes I find myself being hard on my players, and I'm like, here it was, I did the same things that I'm getting on them for. So I think for me, it's just really knowing I was very successful and I did it my way. But at the same time, like, I think back sometimes, like, if I would have just did extra work or did things a little different, I would have been that much more better. You know what I'm saying? So I think being in this position now, I'm able to say, like, do this or do that, and things that I kind of was taking a shortcut out on them. I'm like, man, if I was able to do what I did and took the shortcut, like, maybe, if you guys just listen a little bit, you would be halfway as good as I was.
Well, that's real. Because it's real if you can say, I wish I did this a little bit different.
Sure.
I think kids respect that.
Yes, sir.
They don't want to be bullshitted. They don't want to be like, I was perfect. Because nobody is. We all got regrets.
For sure.
What do you do? I was super curious about this. You got some really good, say you got a badass receiver who's scoring a bunch of touchdowns, and let's say he wants to backpedal into the end zone from the 20-yard line. What are you doing?
Man, that's the happy medium, man. I'm like, in a sense, I'm like, do your thing, but then I'm like, don't penalize the team,
protect
and I used to always protect the football and don't penalize the team. So I was a bonehead dude. I made some bonehead mistakes, but I mean, like I say in life, no one's perfect. You do it, just don't let it happen again. So some bonehead things I did once, I didn't repeat them.
But did you do a bonehead
I did it twice, but listen, I did it when I was in high school. That was the original time.
Okay.
Then the second time, I thought I was in the end zone. I just happened to drop the ball before I got to the end zone. So you dropped the ball? I let it go. Yeah, I let it go.
You did that?
Yeah, but see, the first time I flipped from like the 6 and thought I was gonna make it into the end zone, and I dropped the ball like at the 1. So that was a little different.
Yeah. I've had that problem a lot too.
Yeah. What's crazy though is that you made it look so cool, and you were so great as a player that I don't remember you doing that shit.
Yeah, so the first one was in the All-American Army game. So that was a long time ago. I think it was 2004.
Same year. So you were in there with Tommy Blake and all those guys.
Mark Sanchez.
Yeah.
It was a lot of dudes, man.
Jake Long?
Yeah, Jake Long, for sure.
But I didn't remember you dropping the ball, but I just think about, like...
I got the MVP, though. Why you talking about dropping the ball? I got the MVP still, too.
Despite, you didn't drop that ball. Despite dropping the ball, you got the MVP.
Still got the MVP.
But, I mean, you know what? Like that's what's so cool is, like, you're the perfect guy to talk to a guy that, like, and I always say you'd rather say whoa than sick him.
Yeah,
I'd rather have a guy tone it down than have to be like, hey, be more confident or be more
100%.
Be more aggressive.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
No, definitely, man. I think that was why I had the edge to my game and I had the success because, and I wasn't no big guy. Y'all dudes is huge. I had to play against dudes your height. I think that kind of
I wasn't going to come near you, I don't think.
Tried a few times. We played y'all the first game of the season. Y'all came to Philly with St. Louis. I remember I can't remember the corner's name, but I caught a pass over him like a freshman.
Dude,
a rookie.
We were bad, and we came up there and y'all beat us probably 34-7 or something like that. Y'all had Westbrook,
Dawkins,
Trey, Dog, Runyon, like just legends.
McNabb, for sure. That's why me going to Philly, it was crazy, like, cause I didn't have to like wait. Like obviously, you don't want to be disrespectful to the team to draft you, but when you go that high, you're coming into a situation where you're not as good. You know what I'm saying? So for me to go second round to kind of fall a little bit and to come to a team that had guys like you said, legends, where I instantly came into the league, I knew what it looked like, I knew what it took. And like Brian Dawkins, he used to get like I fumbled versus Charles Tillman.
Yeah.
He punched the game out. I fumbled. Boy, Dawkins came on the sideline. He was like, he don't cuss. If you freaking fumble again, like I'm like, damn, I'm like, my bad. I didn't try to fumble, but I was like,
his neck.
Yeah, he was. He was the Weapon X. He wasn't Brian Dawkins on the field. He turned into a whole different
Weapon
creature.
X can cuss. Brian Dawkins doesn't cuss.
But he never cussed though. That's what's crazy. Like he would cuss you out without cussing you out.
Yeah, he would say, "I'm disappointed in you,"
but a very aggressive way.
Yeah.
Very aggressive.
So, do you have? I mean, the punt return's got to be your favorite touchdown.
Man, I had so many, but I think all time, just because we sent New York home, and like all New Yorkers hate me, and I think that was to send them home for like they was literally, I think the year before that they won the Super Bowl of the year. I don't remember, but I know like they was feeling themselves and they thought they was gonna get back there. So for me, it was just like to send them home. They was on the high horse, and it was like go home. It was like think that, but I mean I had the 80-yarder Mike Vick threw it to me. Washington, that was Monday night. I had some few Dallas ones.
Yeah.
I mean I got a lot of them, but yeah, I think ultimately it's probably that punt return.
How about you?
Punt return? That's my favorite.
I was saying your
DJ
favorite
play.
touchdown.
Oh, my favorite touchdown? I actually did have a touchdown on a block punt in college.
Block punt.
No shit.
Yeah.
Was it backed
Just
up?
jumped right on it.
It was backed up,
Yeah.
wasn't it?
Yeah.
It was backed up.
So I got one, but
So coaching here, like you're coming into the coaching profession, it may be the hardest time to ever coach.
Man, crazy.
And like for us growing up and watching college ball, I'm sure we were all like, oh, like you're like me.
Yeah.
I want the guys to get paid. I want them to get theirs.
For sure.
They're adding something to the recipe at a university or in a community.
Yeah.
They should get theirs. You should be able to leave if you don't like a situation because we've been in bad
Been
situations.
stuck.
But like, how do we find the happy medium?
Man, I think it's tough right now. I think college football it's really like the NFL. I feel like it's like free agency. I mean, it's like paying guys now. So I think they're going to have to figure out the cap somehow, some way. Because, I mean, you got the Alabamas, the Oregons, these big-time schools with, like, smaller schools that can't compete with the budgets and how much they paying these guys NIL money. So, I mean, it's survival of the fittest, bro. I mean, I had a young guy come in my office like, Coach, I'm going to be real, trying to waste your time. I'm going to the highest bidder. I'm like, damn. Like, I might not be able to be the highest bidder. I mean, my name hold weight, but I don't finances-wise. I mean, I'm at HBCU, so we don't really have the resource some of these big schools have. So, and that's just the nature of the game.
Is it cool to see Mike and those guys down at Norfolk State?
Yeah, we played them November 1st. And hopefully it's at the link. We supposed to play here at the link too. So I think Vic will do a good job as well too, man. That's the big homie. So we gonna play each other. It's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be surreal to see each other going with headsets on and coaching. Like it's crazy, bro.
What are your pet peeves as a coach? Some guys they probably have a bunch. Like when you play for a guy, you're like, that's the one thing you don't do.
Yeah. With Chip, we had to always wear team issue gear.
Man, yeah, that's
always.
crazy. You couldn't wear no black socks. You couldn't wear no.
Dude, I would have had a hard time.
It would have been. Why you think he got us out of there?
Yeah,
we wasn't going for certain stuff. It was just like
it's one of the most well-known rivalries between players and a former coach. Hearing you and Shady talk about it, and like, listen, I'm just talking for me. Like, there's coaches I really had problems with.
Before,
but then like once I'm out, I'm kind of like,
you ain't
whatever.
Worried about it no
Is
more.
there any chance ever? Like, what if you guys ran in? No.
I mean,
Enough said.
He he took millions of dollars off the table for me.
So that's a real thing.
Yeah, I mean, if somebody take millions off your plate, then your plate, how you feeding your family, your kids and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was the big thing for me. But to say a pet peeve, like as a coach, I'm pretty lenient, dog. Like I allow my players to be themselves. Like I don't like to control. For one, I'm not police, and for two, I'm not their dad. So like for me, it's just like I just expect you to do the right things. You know what I'm saying, on and off the field, and I give you the leeway. But just probably not just putting in your full maximum effort. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like when you in between the white lines, give it your all. But besides that, when I see people cutting corners, because like I was one of those guys before. Like I remember not finishing a push-up, or if I had 10, I would stop at 8. Like
the tricks.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, for me, it's like, that's why I'm like, how good I was, dog, and I still cut corners. So like, I'm just like, for me, knowing now, I'm just like, I just want my dudes to just put the work in and don't cut corners.
Who a guy that me and Bo both played for was Bill Belichick.
Belichick, for sure.
And he was not a control freak about little shit.
Yeah.
Like it was all kind of like what you're describing. It's like, you think about Bill, you think control, you think like bunch of rules.
Yeah.
But his rules were all football.
Exactly.
Like we were out there, like whatever you wanted to wear at practice, you could switch your jerseys around, like, you could do whatever.
Yeah, guys would wear like kind of like crazy swaggy fits at practice. I thought it was kind of fun, you know what I mean? Like, look good, feel good play.
But the workouts was hard, though.
Yeah.
It was tough.
I mean,
it was tough.
It was a lot of conditioning.
It's crazy.
Workouts.
So y'all play with Nelson Aguilar, right?
Yeah, Nelly.
So Nelly used to tell me, he was like, Jack, he said, you wouldn't have been able Excuse me. He's like, you wouldn't have been able to play for
it's
Coach
the strength
Belichick.
program.
Yeah.
Like Bill
It felt like
He
college,
said
for real.
It's like college.
Yeah.
But and I was old when I got there, so
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm not squatting every damn day.
Right,
Like
for sure.
I know this might sound good in theory, but I'm just not doing it.
It's crazy because like Mike Vick and Shady will probably tell you stories. Like if you ask, like, man, how D-Jack was in the weight room, like literally. We had to go in the weight room. I'll probably be out like 15 minutes. They'd be looking up and like I'm in the locker room chilling and shit. I'm like, man, what do you want me to do? I'm gonna be the fastest.
That
on
wasn't
the
your
field.
game.
You know what I'm saying? So it's crazy.
Well, how fast do you think you'd be right now if you lined up and ran a 40? You think you
I
would
probably
smoke
could
your
like
receivers?
Yeah, I already done raced a few of my receivers. I'm still fast. I'm going on year 3, retired. So like last year, I for sure think I could have played in the NFL. Right now, it would probably take me about 2-3 months if I got back in shape, like consistently every day. But like, I think I could do 4-4. I'll probably do like a 4-4 right now.
Did you have a favorite stop besides? I mean, I don't want to say besides Philly because we just talked about coach, but like a part of your career that maybe other people don't realize was like a really fun year for you.
Man, I had a lot of fun at Washington, man. When I left, because I mean, just everything that happened, and then to go to a team in division. Yeah. I mean, you know, that it was right down the road. DC, they call it Chocolate City, man. Chocolate City was fun. I had a lot of fun. They had a little club back in the day. It's not no longer open no more, but we had some fun nights.
Which one was it?
Stadium.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard of Stadium. Because a bunch of my buddies from DC.
Yeah, so Stadium, man, we used to have a lot of fun in there. They had a few nice clubs.
Okay.
Over there, though, man.
All right. Washington was fun.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dog, Tampa was fun. I had a lot of fun everywhere I went. LA, played in LA.
Yep.
Baltimore was all right. Played in Las Vegas. So I played in Vegas. Yeah, the same year I played in LA, I went to Vegas. And then my final year was in Baltimore. So I think if I would have played in Vegas, a young D-Jack, or a young D-Jack in L.A. and a young D-Jack in Vegas, it would have been bad.
That's what I was going to ask.
I had to wait a year later in my career to do that. If I'd have did that early, it would have been bad.
Being back home.
Bad.
Yeah, exactly.
That's tough, huh?
Like, if I'd have got drafted, if L.A., like, if y'all would have been in L.A. instead of St. Louis, it would have been bad. But, like, I don't know if you got a relationship with A.D., right?
Yeah.
Aaron Donald, so he was like, you know, to be in St. Louis and then to go to L.A., he was like, I was rejuvenated. Like, he was like, man, L.A., like, the stars and, like, how big you become, you know, like, it's just.
For him,
you know, that was
the money he can make off the field. I mean, he's doing it now. I mean,
only thing that's bad though is that damn state taxes though, and I'm from LA, so that's the only thing. If we
tough.
didn't have the taxes, about it, be like, yeah, let's go to LA.
That's why I got to stay down in Florida. Sign with the Bucks, you know.
For sure.
Exactly
hey, I was loving that. When I was getting that money, I said, ooh, them checks was looking good after that tax.
Yes, sir. Smart.
So you mentioned B-Dog. You played with B-Dog, but who were the guys that like? Not that you have fear.
Yeah.
But you had to respect the possibility they're going to knock your head off.
Ed Reed smacked me. Yeah. Mike Vick threw a bomb up. We was in Baltimore, man. But when I looked up, that boy was in the middle of the field. By the time that ball came down, I caught it. Boy, I was on the sideline, tumbling, tossing, turning. I was out.
Best safety of all time.
I would say top 3.
Top 3?
I would say, I mean, Sean Taylor, obviously, in my eyes. Yeah. I mean, I know he was cut short, you know, R.I.P. to Sean Taylor. And then I would say, like, Rod Woodson. But for sure, Ed Reed was a different type of dude, for sure.
How about corners? Was there somebody that ever, like a body type that would give you trouble?
Talib was like really Talib and DRC. Besides that, like, I mean, obviously I'm gonna give Revis. It was. I ain't gonna never disrespect a guy, but like I just feel like a lot of guys that guarded me always had like safety help. Right. Like there wasn't too many guys that were just gonna guard me and not have no help. You know what I'm saying? And like I used to tell dudes, like when people ask me who's the best corner you played, it's kind of hard because even Darrell Reeves, he did not want to cover me the whole game. You know what I'm saying? He did not want to play man-to-man coverage the whole game on me. So like for me, it was guys that was longer that had like a friend, like a DRC or a Talib that had long arms that could like move at the line of scrimmage. Them was kind of a little more hard for me.
No question.
What about like we got Chad here?
Yeah.
Wide receivers that you played in the same era with that you really respect their game. Is there anyone?
Julio.
Yeah.
For sure, T.O., Chad, Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
Jerry Rice, obviously, is GOAT. Randy Moss. I mean, them dudes for sure paid the way for me. Steve Smith.
Yeah.
Is there anybody now that reminds you of you at all?
It's a little different. I mean, Tyreek Hill's a little more bulkier. I feel like, you know, he's a little different style of play, but I mean, similar. Tank Dell, I think, you know, kind of smarter guy. Tutu Atwell, but like, this different about me. Like I played outside. Like a lot of these dudes now, they're more in the slot. They're going in motion. Like that wasn't really our game. Like Andy Reid's offense wasn't that. Like we would just line up and we would go. You know what I'm saying? So I see the offenses now. I'm like, if I was playing now, like in all this, like what he got, like 2,000 yards in 1 year, Tyreek. Like, I mean, 17, 18, 19, like 130 catches. It's crazy.
The numbers are hard to compare.
I wasn't getting the ball like that. Like, I would have maybe like 80 targets, you know what I'm saying? But I wasn't getting 100, 200 targets. Like, I wasn't getting – and I didn't – like, I played with so many different quarterbacks. Like, I didn't have like a Matt Ryan or Drew Brees or like an Aaron Rodgers to just play with like 8 years. Like, I talk about Antonio Brown. He had – Ben Roethlisberger like 6, 7, 8 years in a row. Like the most years I played with a quarterback was 2 years, 1.5, 2 years. Michael Vick, 2 years. Donovan McNabb, 2 years. Kevin Cobb, Nick Foles. Like I could go on and on. Jameis Winston, like RG3.
You know the whole list, probably.
Like, bro, it's crazy.
Fitzmagic.
Yeah.
Like my list is crazy. Kirk Cousins. You know what I'm saying? Like
my list is crazy.
Matthew Stafford. Like. Derek Carr.
Okay, all right. I want to stay here.
Lamar Jackson.
Who throws the most
Michael
catchable
Vick.
ball?
Oh, the most catchable. I thought you said who was I gonna like? The most catchable? Matthew Stafford.
Yeah.
Matt was a dog, bro. I think he don't get enough credit, man.
I agree. We talk about this all the time.
He's a top 10 quarterback, I think, for sure, bro.
But does he have aura?
He's a Hall of Famer.
Hell yeah, for sure.
He's got aura.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
he's got sleep number aura.
And he's a dog though.
Yeah,
like he'll sit in there and take a throw. Like he's a dog, bro.
Dude, I remember what was it, the Detroit game where he went up there when he was with the Rams?
Yep.
And he got smacked, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and had to play it off like he wasn't out.
For sure.
That's
tough.
the kind of guy that makes you want to line
tough.
up next to him.
Tough guy, man.
Who threw the ball that would hurt your hand?
Mike.
Yeah.
I'd be like, Mike, I'm right here. Like, you ain't got to throw it that hard. And he got, like, a little curve to it, too, as well, too. But, like, I think overall, like, me and Michael Vick, our connection, dog, like, it was – I mean, obviously, I had good connections with other quarterbacks, but I think Michael Vick just understood. Like, he was like, I'm going to just put air on it, and I'm just throw it as far as I can. Like, I can't out-throw him.
I got one for you. This is what I always want to know. Wide receivers. We were D linemen. Such a different game for us.
For sure.
So, like, the thought of catching a deep ball is wild to me. Like, what's the hardest part about catching deep balls? Is it tracking the air?
Yeah.
Like, high pointing it?
I think for me, man, I played baseball. I was a center fielder, so I think, like, you know, like, tracking that little white ball, like, helped me from, like, now you got a football coming. So, I think the hardest thing is, you know, just gauging the ball. Like, you know, sometimes you're running it and it's thrown from so far away, and, like, it may look like it's underthrown or overthrown, and, like, or it overcarries. So you just got to, like, gauge that, bro. Like, you don't want to run too fast and overrun the ball, you know what I'm saying? So I just think really just practicing and gauging, like, you know, where's that ball going to land.
I don't think I'm going to overrun any deep balls anytime soon, DJ.
No, you're not. But you know who tracks the fuck out of a deep ball, and he just changed teams? George Pickens. I think that dude has incredible ball skills.
Crazy, yeah. George Pickens is a dog. I love George Pickens, and he's what they call him, NFL young boy.
Yeah,
he's like the NBA young boy at the NFL.
He's wild.
That's gonna be scary, dog. Him and CD together.
Yeah,
it's gonna be crazy. Who would you pick? So in the NFC East,
best receivers.
What receivers you gonna take?
Well, I think Pickens still, like, respectfully has something to prove. Like, to your point, talking about, like, work habits and, like, just kind of not letting the little shit bother you. And now I know he's dealt with a lot of bullshit with quarterbacks, right? Like, and that's got to
Mason Rudolph.
Yeah. So and I like Terry.
Scary Terry. So you think Deebo Samuel gonna do anything over there?
He's getting a little longer in the tooth, man. And like, you think about, like, your game.
Yeah.
That age as well. If you can keep your speed, that age as well.
He's more physical too. He's not like a speed guy.
He's been a bunch of car accidents.
Yeah, for sure.
You know,
a lot
like,
of wrecks.
To me, I'd love to see how that works. And, you know, it's a different offense a little bit that he's going into. So any last question, like, favorite receivers to watch in the game now that maybe don't get enough credit or that you think are next?
That's a good question, man. I like Christian Kirk, man.
Yeah,
I like Christian Kirk's game, man. He's very physical. He can run routes. He get in and out of his break. I know it's surprised. He was like, yeah, but I think, like, if he could stay, healthy. But when he was in Jacksonville, it was hard because I just don't think Trevor Lawrence was the right fit for him.
The placement's a little off.
But I like him because, he's fast. So Christian Kirk is very fast. Like, I don't know. I don't think a lot of people really realize how fast he is, and he can run routes. So, like, if I would say, like, somebody that I would say up and coming and with routes and taking that next step, I think it would be Christian.
That'd be awesome. I love CJ. I think CJ Stroud's incredible, so that would be fun to see him play together.
Yeah, I didn't realize he was in Houston too, man. Thanks for keeping me up to that.
Well, dude, it's that point in the offseason where I'm like, fuck, I forgot.
It's a lot of people. I'm looking up. I'm like, dudes is like everywhere now. It's like it's hard to keep it. Like, now we're not playing. It's like I'm looking up one of my boys, Van Jefferson. Tennessee.
Yeah.
He's in Tennessee now. I'm like, he was just in the Steelers, so it's like you don't even hear a lot.
Dude,
of
you
stuff.
have another job. There's a lot going on in your
life.
life. Bro.
I gotta win. I gotta win now. We ain't rebuilding. I gotta win now.
Let's go, dude. We'll come up to a game, man. I'm just super excited for you.
Yes,
congratulations on everything,
Thank
dude.
you, bro. Y'all keep doing y'all thing, man. Always, man.
Yeah, great man, you, Jack.
Yes, sir. My boys, yes, sir.